Well, hello, fellow worm farmers. This is Larry with the Wiley Worm Farm, standing right here in front of my worm rack that we built here just a couple of months ago. Before we get started, I want to show you this. This is castings that I pulled out of this yesterday. I sifted this yesterday, got the castings, and this is about half of this came out of this yesterday. It's a slow process, but look how fine that is. See how fine that is? Break them up I weighed it down a little bit. That's freezing. It's a little bit cloggy, but I put some moisture on here yesterday because it was a little, what I had in here was dry. It'd been sitting here a while. See how easy it breaks up there? So this casting I got here yesterday. So in the very near future, I'll be ready to be selling castings because as of now I've got 4 worm bins and we'll soon have 5 because one I'm fixing to work on here. I want to split it up within a couple of months anyway. So I'll set this aside. We'll go right into the worm bin. Now I mixed this up pretty good yesterday, but I didn't want to show you the worms. I got pretty good crop of worms in here. They look like they need a little fattening up. And these are all red wigglers, pure red wigglers. I actually bought these from Mimi's Worms in Valdosta, Georgia. I'm gonna put this aside. This is some food that I had left over. Bought this from Mimi's at Valdosta, Georgia. Bought 1,000 worms. By the way, some people asked the question on YouTube that said, if I start in the worm business, how many should I start with? What I would suggest is starting with about 1,000 worms, which is about a pound of worms. And I'll put a link at the bottom of this video, but you can get those from Mimi's Worms in Valdosta, Georgia. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take some of these coffee grounds. Now, they love coffee grounds, and coffee grounds are also good for bedding. So I'm going to put some coffee ground in here. I'll put a good little bit this time. I usually don't put about a handful, but I think I'll put a couple of handfuls this time because I'm seeing more and more and more that worms just love that. And I will take that 1 coffee filter. I got a few coffee filters in there. Mix this up a little bit. And for food today, I've got some peaches. And what I'm going to do, these are some peaches my wife bought. They got a little old. So what I'm going to do is cut these peaches in half so the worms can get to them very easy. Now we'll make a place right here in the middle for them. Let me spread this open just a little bit. I got 3 peaches here. And I'm going to try to crack these open in the middle, or however I get them open. I think what I'll do is just make a mess here. But as I was saying, I would recommend starting with about a pound of worms or 1,000 worms. And you can order them at Mimi's Worms. Now, you can buy them cheaper, but Mimi sells pure red wigglers. A lot of people that advertise red wigglers, theirs are not pure. They're mixed worms. If you want to start with mixed worms, it's okay. I just personally prefer to start with pure red wigglers. First worms I bought, I actually bought from Walmart, and later learned that you shouldn't buy from Walmart because you don't know what you're getting. But the ones I bought actually wound up being, the best I can tell, are all pure red wigglers. When I sell some from that bin, I'm not going to sell them as pure red wigglers because I can't guarantee they're pure red wigglers. But I'm pretty sure they are, best I can tell. And I'm a little visually impaired, so you can't go by that. I'm going to cover these babies up here. Or this food, I should say. We'll cover this food up. And whatever I got left over here, we'll cover that up with it. and it's going to be a short video today. This bin here, I think I've already mentioned, this bin has about 1,000 worms. I found this in this bin yesterday, and I'm not sure what that is. Well, I do. I think I know to that. Avocado, I think that is. Yeah, there's worms in there. Look at there. I'm going to put that in there and cover that up as well. And speaking of red wigglers, let me show you a little bit about raising worms. Some of you have asked questions. I've seen this on various YouTube channels, but people are curious about worms. Well, what I do is I am actually in my den here. I raise these in my den. And raise them in your house, you have to be real careful to cover them up. You just saw me cover them up there, because they will draw flies and they'll, the odors there. So you have to be real careful with that. Pour this juice out of these peaches in here. But you can raise them in your house. Like I said, I built this rack. I saw where somebody else did that, and I'm an old carpenter by trade for a few years anyway. So I know a little bit about carpenter work. So I built this one. The only mistake I made is I should have made these a little bit closer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rip me some. These here need to be a little bit closer together. So I'm going to rip me some pieces of wood here and put them on the side, so this will be a little bit tighter. That's the only problem I have there. But anyway, here we are. I'm going to cover these up. Oh, before I do that, let me get by you, Mr. Cameraman. I've got to put some shredded paper in there. I've got some shredded paper I forgot to get before I got started here. That ain't no shredded paper. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will put that after we cut the camera off, because I'm gonna have to find my shredded paper. I went to Harbor Freight a while ago because I saw where somebody, I was watching a video today, I believe it was, and I believe it's Sandra at Rockin' Worms. She had bought a cost cut shredder at Harbor Freight for about $50. So I went to our local Harbor Freight. It hadn't been here long, but they're a small store and they didn't have shredders. But what I want really is a micro sweat shredder, which cuts at about an 1/8 or 1/4 inch size pieces. But they're over $100. I just didn't want to invest that much. But anyway, this is going to wrap it up there. I'll put a couple of links down at the bottom of this video. I appreciate you tuning in today. I hope you be best. God bless you, and have a great weekend. By the way, this is Saturday, October the 14th. Yes, Saturday, October the 14th, 2023. So you folks be blessed. Appreciate you joining in, and we will see you next time. Have a good day.